Hey everybody. This is my first episode of FNAf, uh, UnUnsolved, where we solve unsolved Five Nights at Freddy's questions that nobody else is brave enough to ask. Today we're going to be finding out, when did Purple slash Pink slash Mike Schmidt slash Scott Cawthon find out about the attacks. So Five Nights at Freddy's is an indie horror game by Scott Disney, and he made it after going to Chuck E. Cheese and everyone calling him ugly. So the question is, when did the titular purple Mr. Miller, when did Vincent kick the bucket? So FNAF 1 likely takes place around 1993, just based off of the slip that we see with the money, right? Or is it? Because in my research, in my very deep research, I saw that people were also saying that it could have happened in 2003, because in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, when the stupid little bitch baby turns on the TV, it says since 1983 on Fred, that thing, and Phone Guy in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I'll play a little clip here.
The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night, but do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too.
Says that it takes place, they've been dancing and shitting themselves for 20 years. So since 20 plus 1983 equals 2003. However, this is the only thing that points to this, as everything else, the paycheck, the fact that the 13th, as seen on this slip, in Five Nights at Freddy's, and would not make sense in 2003, as that would be like a Wednesday, whereas in Five Nights at Freddy's 1993, that would be a Saturday. So yeah, screw 2003 believers, you're wrong and incorrect, and I said so it's got to be true. So that means that Five Nights at Freddy's 1 takes place in 2003. Now, what about okay, so what about Five Nights at Freddy's 3? Five Nights at Freddy's 3 takes place 30 years after Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which is on screen. That's my source. Don't question it. So 30 years after the last location closed. Now we can assume Five Nights at Freddy's 1 was the last location we see, because Five Nights at Freddy's 2 actually comes before the first game. It's the first game to ever do this. It's called a prequel. So yeah. So Five Nights at Freddy's 2 comes before Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And Five Nights at Freddy's 4 comes before Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which comes before Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which comes before Five Nights at Freddy's 3. So so there's a 30-year time span, right? So we have to try and figure out exactly when he got killed. So this is where we have to do some speculation. Why would Purple Guy? Why would he feel the need to? Why would Vincent feel the need to destroy the robots that he alone made, that he alone created and designed? Well, here's the thing. So I think what happened was, this is my theory, and we're going to be going off the Five Nights at Freddy's book, The Day That Purple Guy Will Never Forget, written by Scott Disney, where we see it. In fact, the event that we are discussing takes place very, very explicitly. This is the page. I'll have a little audible thing going on here. So yeah, so what we can assume is that Pink Man saw this and knew. He was outraged. Imagine, right? So he took that and he was like, I am not going to stand for this. And so he went into his car, his Mercedes. We know it's a Mercedes because Scott Disney said so on his Game Jolt page. And he went down to Five Nights at Freddy's 1 in this is the day it happened. This is the exact date. Okay, he went down there. Actually, he went for 4 days, because he had to get rid of all the Freddys. He did that a different day because it's like the 7 stages of grief divided by 2 if it was an 8. So yeah, so that is what happened, and all my sources are shown in this video. So what happened was he woke up, saw what happened on his flat screen TV in 2001, and he went down to Freddy's, and over the next 4 days, he killed the robots. He killed them. They're gone. They're gone. They're bits and bobs on the floor. And then they were like, this was not cool. We were poor little souls who were stuck all alone, and we hate you. So they turn into ghosts, and they beat the shit out of him. They kill him. They put him in the fursuit. And then the roof, because it's all moldy, it kills him. So he did see the events. FNAf UnUnsolved episode 1 is over. Goodbye.